Hey, crypto heads, it's the Goose with the Cryptic Paranormal Show. Welcome to another beautiful Just Us episode. Hopefully, some of you sign in and watch, talk to us, throw out some topics. That's not political or drama related. That would be nice. Hold on a second.
We should never have to say
Okay.
non-political on this show.
Yeah, or drama, because I feel
Yeah.
like everybody should know by now that we don't do drama.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's plenty of it to talk about, plenty of it to bring up, but we're not going to do that today.
And actually, I am very proud to say that I have no idea what that drama is.
Good.
Because I literally just do this. Scroll on.
Yeah. I see something about the topic and I just keep going.
Yeah, right.
Just keep going.
About what topic?
I don't know.
I won't get into it because I actually don't know all the facts.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know this. I don't know.
Right.
It's just something to do with the Conjuring house and the new owner. That's all I know. I don't care. The only thing I did personally about the whole thing was I contacted Andrea and just made sure she was okay. That's all I did.
Yeah.
Just because I know how close she's related. I mean, it's the Conjuring house. That's her house.
Right.
I have no idea.
I don't care who owns it, but it's always her house.
I have absolutely no idea what you guys are talking about.
You usually don't.
No. So what's new? I mean, you're right on par with the rest of the. So how are you guys doing? What's been up? Denise, how'd it go with the Shelley party last week? That looked.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was so good. It was so good. Shelley's daughters came up with the idea. I can't take any credit for that. But for those of you who don't know, my Shelley Bennett turned 50. And so we did a surprise birthday party, and it was a funeral for her youth, ripped to Shelley's 40s. And since we have spooky friends with creepy things, we actually had a coffin and a skeleton, and everybody dressed like a funeral. And we all had big hats on and veils, and we had fans, and when she got there, that's what we were all doing, is standing in a funeral. We had the skeleton in the coffin, and it said Shelley's youth on his shirt. And it was amazing. I thought she was going to be mad because she doesn't like to be the center of attention, but
I saw a lot of pictures. I think I only saw one picture of her in it, though.
Yeah,
that's typical Shelley. But
we were very busy taking pictures like before she got there, because we're just all waiting for her to get there, so we had nothing better to do. And then everybody was just in the moment. We were just.
Well, that's usually what happens, right?
Yeah. So
like good. Every Paracon, every event we go to, I always get to take pictures.
Here's the
Unless
picture.
There's an alien
set up the table.
Unless there's somebody dressed like an alien. I'm sorry, a real alien walking around, or a Sasquatch, then I gotta get my picture taken with them.
But we did not have an alien or a Sasquatch, so we didn't take any extra pictures.
Well, it's a funeral. I would hope an alien or Sasquatch doesn't show up unless they're friends or family.
It would have been funny, though.
Yeah. I wouldn't put anything past that Bigfoot motherfucker. I'll tell you that right now. He would just crash anything.
Yeah. Right. There's food there. He'll be there.
Looking for his Jack Links. You guys got any Jack Links in here?
We don't care.
Do you think Sasquatch would even eat a beef jerky? It'd be like, there's so many chemicals in here. Ew.
Probably. Oh, yeah.
They would like smell it. It wouldn't even smell like food.
He'd eat the person holding the beef jerky.
Right. That's organic meat.
I honestly, if we're gonna go brand, I think the last brand he would eat is Jack Links, because that's the one that tastes the most
chemically
not right. Yeah. And like the texture to it, the way it's formed, it's like rubber. I don't like it. I don't like Jack Links.
I don't like any of it.
I don't care.
I like the stuff that I made when I had a deer and some deer meat.
When you had a deer? like pick deer off at it every once in a while?
No, I used to be a hunter.
Now he's a gatherer.
Yeah. Now I'm a gardener.
You know what I am? I'm a buyer.
A buyer. But yeah, Shelley's party was good. Work's crazy. Good. The world's crazy.
I saw that home. I can't remember where it was, but Conneaut Lake. That house was beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my God.
For the land alone, it was just, Screw the house.
Kathy Santori keeps telling me that she sees me in a house on the lake. She thinks I'm going to buy a house on the lake.
I can see that.
She doesn't think. She knows I'm going to buy a house on the lake.
I totally am.
I'll believe her. I'll manifest that shit.
I
I
am,
would
man.
love to live on the lake.
Or at least on the bay.
Yeah.
Lake or bay is good, man.
I'd be okay with even a little lake. I like the little lake.
No, I'd rather have the full like Sandusky Bay or the Lake Erie.
Yeah.
I want the lake or a nice running stream or river.
Yeah.
Like something that makes sound that I can hear.
Right.
Or like at least a big enough pond or like a man-made lake or something that I could hear the ripples.
That has waves. Yeah, it's gonna have waves.
Because we listen to that like every night. Like my wife plugs in her phone and we listen to that to like calm ourselves down and like fall asleep. So it's legit like our zen, just listening to the water. Love it.
Do you want to hear a funny story about that? It doesn't have anything to do with me, but I was watching this TikTok where this little boy was crying. He was bawling his eyes out, like snot dripping down his face, everything. And the mom is like, "What is wrong?" She's like, "All I was doing was watching this relaxing sounds in 4K or whatever, relaxing videos in 4K. And it's just like nature scenes, whatever." Well, there must have been a river scene and it like sparked a memory of this kid's past life where him and his mom drowned in a river.
What? Holy
She's like,
crap.
I was just trying to play relaxing noises and pictures for him to go to sleep. And it started this whole thing. And he was crying about how he remembers when they passed away. And she said, "We died." And he said, "No, we passed away." And he said, "I want to pass away again. Will you pass away with me, Mom?"
Because that's freaky. That's too much.
So creepy.
How do you respond to that as a parent?
She said, "I would do anything for you, honey." That's the appropriate response.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have been like, you get pissed off. I'm not passing away with you.
I'm not ready to die yet, kid.
Yeah, no, but he wasn't. He's like, "We don't die. We pass away."
He has an interesting perspective if he has a past life that he remembers because he knows it's not really over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
He thought that it was like beautiful.
It's just another thing, right? Will you pass away with me?
Yeah. Right. Like go on vacation with me. Like go to a new body.
Different than a little boy asking his mom to marry him. You know, I mean, it's just the same thing. It just but a little deeper because I mean, if the kid was that affected, then
oh my gosh, and
definitely
you guys
something
have
going on
kids.
there.
You know the difference between like a fake cry. This boy, snot dripping down his face. He was having a hard time breathing. Like he was very shaken up by it. So I don't know. I assume he had seen pictures of rivers before. You know what I mean? So maybe it was literally that exact one that was in the.
John, what's up, buddy?
In the picture, but it was crazy. I jumped down a whole rabbit hole of kids and reincarnation stories.
Yeah.
Because it's just wild to me.
I want to get a past life regression.
Yeah.
Where I've been to places where I feel like I've been there before, like it's really familiar, but I've never had like something like where that triggered me. You know what I mean? Like that was.
I don't even like talking about my day. I don't want to know about my past lives.
I don't know. There's been a lot of.
Kate, we were talking about that. I was like, the past is boring.
Oh my gosh! How do you know? What if you were a pilot? What if you were a pilot?
Yeah, and obviously I want to know a lot about plane crashes because something bad probably happened when I was a pilot.
That's what I'm saying. What if it did?
You're one of those Flying Fortress B-17 fighters or bombers over.
Oh, I know. I would have kicked ass.
Obviously,
you were lucky to make it through that.
Well, obviously, I didn't.
Obviously,
sorry. But it was weird too.
I like Denise laughing about me dying in a B-51.
You suck.
Linda said she has very vivid past life memories and access to regression. Linda, that's something I definitely want to try.
Yeah.
Just to see. I mean, I have no clue what comes
Not
through.
me.
Like some have like an inkling. There's like periods of time where like we in history class in high school, when you're learning about different periods and eras or wars.
Yeah.
There's always like that one or two that like you're like, whoa. and you get like sucked into, and you cannot do anything but think about it and study it. And
it's the Great Depression for me.
yeah, for me, it's like the World War II, definitely. Like war though, like
you have to go to Conneaut. You have to go. It's next month.
She sent the thing up there, man. She sent the thing. She sent the information. She sent the information, man. God. Are you going to Conneaut?
Go to
Calm the hell down. I wasn't even talking about that. I don't even know how, I mean, besides it being World War II.
It's a World War II reenactment. I feel like you would feel at home.
Jesus
maybe you
Christ,
would maybe like trigger something.
What was the date again?
Oh my God.
I'll resend you the information.
Okay, cool.
But it was crazy to me because not to get like super deep, but I feel like right now we're at a time where we're at a good versus evil time in our lives as a collective. And it was very interesting to me because I seriously jumped down a rabbit hole of kids who are reincarnated, and all of them who remember their murder explain that the person that murdered them turned into a monster. What?
That's whack, yo.
And they explain it like it's the devil, like the devil took over that person's body and murdered them. But they all explain it as they were a human, and then after they murdered them, they turned into a monster. And I was like, that's really bizarre, because I saw at least 12 videos of kids saying that. These kids aren't talking to each other and hey, tell your mom this, it'll be funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
how do you know?
I guess I don't. You're right. Fair point.
This is where Heisenberg comes in and debates you about it for 10 minutes. So I'll just go ahead and share the show out and get some more viewers.
You didn't do that yet?
I shared it earlier. I'm sharing it for a third time.
Oh my gosh.
I share it while it's actually live.
But yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and it really just made me think about how the world is right now.
See, I think I think the world is always in a good versus evil thing. I don't think that's changed at all, ever.
True. Maybe
I don't think it'll ever end.
Maybe I'm just getting more spiritual, and so
maybe that's what it is. I think that's what people. That's what happens. I think. Yeah. With people, I think it's always there. People just start realizing it more as they get older and start seeing what things are.
Yeah.
The good and evil, they're always there.
Yeah.
As far as like the politics, Kim and I were having a discussion.
Politics
about the good. Well, it's good and evil. I mean, it's. I'm not talking about politics itself.
Right.
I'm talking about the good and evil part of politics and like the way people are, like with each other, the way they treat each other over this. And we missed the days like when we talked to our parents when we were little and asked them like who they were going to vote for. They would tell us, "That's my business."
Right.
That it's why it's called a secret ballot.
Too many people fucking talk about their business now.
I know.
That's true. All their business.
Like I don't want to know.
The only politics you had to deal with back then was the actual politicians running, and you would watch it if you were interested to hear what they say.
Yeah, nobody talks about the shit.
Yeah,
I know, but it's still
And I feel like even if they did, they never. I don't. It's just the evil part of it, and it's on all sides. Like.
No, it's not evil. It's what a bunch of dumbasses now have access to the greater good.
No,
and then they just like to put this shit out there.
I'm saying like completely disregarding people that you loved. That you loved. If there's somebody who's important in your life and you suddenly like that don't care about them anymore because you learn who they vote for, that to me is evil. Like that's the evil that I'm talking about. And it comes from both sides. It's everybody.
That's what I said. It's both sides. That's just stupid.
And we're talking about Facebook where you see somebody you're barely friends with. They're just like in the paranormal community, but you never talk to them. You don't know who the hell they are.
It's all about algorithms, man.
And they start throwing shit out there.
You're looking into, man.
You just hit unfollow, but to like get into a battle with somebody, it's not worth it because
it's never worth it over politics because politics is stupid. It doesn't matter.
It's never worth it about anything, honestly.
Right? I mean,
no. And even same with the paranormal drama. I'm just over it. I'm like, I'm seriously, if it wasn't for the show, I would take a deep like social media break.
Yeah.
But I know I was sitting there thinking, how can I get out of social media without being out of the show.
Right. And I do
well,
a lot
I
of
mean,
work
I'm the
like
guy
that
who
too.
posts everything, so and yeah, like I mean, you got to advertise and you do your
Right.
your work. I mean, and that's another thing I'm scared of is this whole freaking what's up, buddy? And hey, Roscoe.
Frisco.
Yeah.
I think we still can disagree to remain friends. I think there's just a couple of people out there that take it. They're not really your friends.
Right.
No.
They're not your friends. They're your Facebook friends.
You know what? That's exactly why I'm upset, and I didn't realize it until now. Maybe it is just the fact that like I thought that like it was a mutual caring about people. You know what I mean? Like I care about everyone really, but so maybe that's why I get so upset about it, because it's the fact that like obviously these people don't care about me the same way I care about them.
Yeah.
You know, if they're so willing to just never again talk to me. You know?
I think they're idiotic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it translates in the paranormal field too. I mean, you see it all the time. There's always some kind of drama going on between groups, between celebrities, between two individuals. It's just constant. I don't, even if it's people that I know and I do care about, like, and then close to, I don't get involved in it anymore. I'm like there was once something and I'm like, and I messaged the person and I'm like, listen, I'm sorry, I'm not putting my 2 cents in, but I really just don't give a shit anymore. Like, you know, I got your back. I'm your friend. I care about you. Push come to shove, I got you. But spurting out negativity on Facebook doesn't do any good for anybody.
No,
it doesn't.
No.
It's a great release for yourself, but then I always feel like an idiot if I do it. And nine times out of 10, at least I wrote it and then I just get rid of it.
What happened was freaking Eminem released a new album. Everybody lost their fucking minds and thought that they could just say whatever the fuck they want on, and now they just say
Eminem does it. Yeah.
They just say it now. Like if you weren't saying it before a while ago, fuck off. Stop talking about it.
Yeah. It's just not. I don't know. I just don't have the mental capacity to devote to that. You know, I got other things going on.
Yeah.
It's funny because my wife will try to get me into a debate because she knows like I'm like the Mr. Middle of the road. So like I have my own feelings and I don't get into talk. I don't like debating. I don't like talking about it. Like I'm like my dad. I do it in the voting booth, or I just keep my shit to myself and do the best to live the way I want to. And you know, whatever. But she's always trying to draw me into that, like just to get me going about something, and it doesn't work. It's just like, I really honestly don't care enough about it.
Well, there's a reason, like in real life, they say don't talk politics with friends.
Right. Yes.
Politics and religion are off the table.
Politics and religion.
Also, do you like how we started the show saying we'll talk about anything except politics or drama? And we're literally just talking about politics and drama.
We're just talking about why drama sucks. We're not really talking about
I'm really kind of cussing out drama right now, I think.
But yeah, okay, I've been really wanting to take a step back from the paranormal just because of that. But at the same time, like some of my best friends came from the paranormal world, you know? So I can't totally step away from it, but I think I just need to get back to doing investigations and visiting new places and doing all the things that I loved about the paranormal. I need to get back to that.
Yeah, we were having that discussion with each other in our chat group the other day. Just, I think all three of us are just kind of in a place where we're like, why do we do this again?
Because we only are exposed to the negative stuff lately.
Right.
And I think we need to get back and just go somewhere or do something or, you know, whatever. Just remind ourselves why we started doing this.
Yeah. And then we go and I'm always like, okay, I remember.
Right.
When to go. And
I did it for the fame.
Oh,
it's no wonder you don't like it anymore, man. Might as well have done it for the money too.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It looks so weird seeing you in glasses. I haven't seen you in glasses in forever, dude.
The lights, I'm kind of in a double-edged thing. The light's bright. This kind of helps a little bit with the light.
Yeah.
I can't have.
Are phenomenal though.
I cannot not have light.
Yeah. I mean, you did for like 4 years of the show.
I know, now I've gotten used to it.
Now you're used to the ring light life. But yeah, I'm excited to
we
just get back out there.
Just gotta, And it's like, as much as I like cons, I feel like that's all we do.
Mhm.
And that's part of that's my fault, because I get us involved, because I want to get the show out there, and a lot of the people we meet and we see out there are our friends too. So it's like there's a big social aspect to it.
Yeah.
But we need to focus more on getting out, and even if we just do the show from a local place, I mean, we're out there doing our thing. So
yeah,
because I kind of forget we're doing a show.
Part of the show.
I know. I just sat here and cussed out people that have been posting shit just because they're pissing me off.
And then you're like, yeah, but hit me up if you want to go to a location.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
I do the same thing. I'm like,
about you.
I'm like, that's funny. I didn't see the invite when I see somebody at a place. Like, I'm not really trying to be that guy, but I'm being that guy.
Yeah. And I never used to understand how people could do like solo investigations, or like, just like two people.
Now it's nice.
Now I'm like,
that'd be nice. Yeah.
I get it.
Well, that's too. I mean, you do the tours all the time in like the public hunts. I mean,
very people-y. Yeah.
When it's too people-y, I like that post. That was probably the last dramatic post I made, was just saying that I wanted to go do just a really like deep, just by myself ghost hunt, or with a very small group, and like really dig in and like dial into it. But
not me. I want to go on a basic just ghost hunt and have fun, and not like dial into shit.
See, I'm the opposite. I've really been thinking about like trying to not be so blocked off when I go on an investigation, and kind of like testing myself, like maybe go somewhere with like Linda or Tina or somebody, and just be like, okay, this is what I'm picking up on. Like, tell me how far off I am. On a scale,
I know Caitlin likes that. Caitlin likes to do that too.
Yeah.
You're the one that sits in a dark corner and complains about a stomach ache the whole night.
Yeah. And takes a nappy nap on the couch.
I'm tired. I have a stomach ache.
Maybe like things affect me differently, and maybe like you're just, that's like kind of hurt my feelings and shit, because you're not respecting the way that that the paranormal affects me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It affects me.
We're really gonna pretend like you have feelings.
I am victim shaming the paranormal.
Oh goodness.
Well, there's something to be said though. Like, I think especially our group Dark Alley, we need to focus on breaking up, or like just everybody stop going into the same small room and being together, all 10 of us or whatever.
Yeah.
We really need to like force everybody to kind of like make their own plan. Like, okay, the plan that we have is we're here, your team's over there, this team's taking a break, so that we're not like cross-contaminating. I'm all for having fun and joking. We have a blast, and I love our group. But there's a lot of us, especially when we go to a place like Wildwood. It was just not a huge place.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you know what we do at the seminary? You know what we do at the seminary is we'll put a bunch of names. We'll put everybody's names in a hat, and then we'll put a bunch of different locations in a hat, and then you pick someone. And you pick a person and a location, and then just the two of you go and do an Estes session. Yeah. And it's cool because it's crazy how that shit works out.
Yeah.
Like people that get put in certain rooms.
In a place like Madison, you can do that. But like,
but even still, we only do 2 groups at a time, even if it's,
so
like,
everybody else is
one has to be the Civil War side, one has to,
Okay.
And we just do like 15-minute sessions, but it's nice because it's like very intimate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's just the 2 of you in that entire building.
I mean, I honestly can't remember the last time I had a serious EVP session, like where I actually recorded something and listened back to it. I don't know. I feel like I've lost my way.
Yeah, same. Same. Yeah.
I mean, I love listening to the Spirit Box. That is my go-to.
Yeah.
But sometimes I need to like put it away and like do other things.
Well, see, that's what you guys are kind of going for, more spiritual.
Yeah, I definitely am.
It is.
I can definitely say that I am.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, and I was going that direction for a while.
I'm not.
I don't know what
Heisenberg's
happened.
opposite.
I'm not saying I blocked it off or forgot about it. It's always there, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not there to explore shit. I'm there to find ghosts.
Yeah.
But if we go like with Tina, and sorry Tina, not you Tina, or Tina Frick, our team medium.
Not you, Tina.
Definitely Tina Shaw. I gotta get out. That's not what I said.
That's what I heard.
Clarifying.
That's what Tina heard too, I'm sure.
See what it says under my name, Denise?
What?
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Tina knows what I mean.
He's crying now.
We're both.
She's crying.
We're both Crestwood alumni. Anyways, but yeah, I miss. Barb St. John was on our team for a while, and she's been dealing with health issues, and I don't think she really gets out too much anymore.
Yeah.
But I was really starting to learn with her, and when she had to leave the field, I kind of lost it, and then started hanging out with Tina and started feeling that again. But it's. But even when I go out with other groups, there's a lot of like jovial fun. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
But then some of them go down roads that I don't.
You know what? Now you're coming off as snobbish is what you're doing right now.
I'm just saying I'm trying to find my way back.
Yeah.
To why I started this.
Where were you at?
I definitely know I didn't start this for the first group that we were involved with, Mike.
Yeah.
Right.
Where we would spend 5 hours of our 8-hour time there debunking one little piece of information that we might have, or evidence that we might have documented. But
yeah, I definitely like the no cameras, no recording, just there for a good time. Investigations.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. That's where it's at. That's what I miss.
Yeah.
And not having
that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
And me and Mike laughing at each other because our stomachs are going crazy.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No.
You're right.
Yeah, I do
miss
Mike's
that. Stomach, tag Ray's stomach.
I love doing public hunts. I really do. And I think a lot of it is just because I miss that excitement, and I get to see it in the guests, like they get super excited and, like the K2 will turn on and they're like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I miss the days when like I would get excited about a K2. So, I do like it for that aspect, but
the only aspect I really like about public hunts anymore is like just talking to people. I don't like being the center focus, like being the ringleader or the ringmaster. Yeah. Trying to get all the spirits to act and for the people who have paid. And if it doesn't happen, they get pissed or whatever.
See, I would never feel that way. I would never feel like I had to entertain. I'd be like, that's what I said one time. What was this room for?
I have anxiety, so I think everybody is after me all the time.
Yeah, what is this room for? Storage? I don't know.
Yeah. You guys know that I'm like, if somebody doesn't respond to me in a positive way really fast, I'm like all nervous and like my anxiety like goes off the charts.
Yeah. Oh, we know. That's why we fuck with you all the time. What happened the other day? Heisenberg. Remember when he shared the post about the show and he was like, hey, if you guys could you please share this? And we're like, wow.
Yeah.
You're so demanding.
Like, fuck off.
I'm so stressed out. That show was so much work. I need help.
We're just laughing about it. Ray's probably like upset for days. Like, am I too demanding? Are they mad at me?
Do you think I'm an asshole? All I asked them was to share.
Ray, said, please, I always think you're an asshole, so don't worry about it.
That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for.
That's why we tell everybody else to stop being assholes so that we can flourish in our environment.
Well, I never say that anymore. I talked to Denise about that.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't not consciously, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mean it.
Right.
When I am, in fact,
an asshole.
When we say we mean other people, we can't help it when the three of us are together that we're assholes. I mean, that's
it's a good dynamic.
But there's assholes, the three of us, but then there's fucking assholes.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Probably most other people.
Yeah.
But I've been. Go ahead.
I am actually going to Hinsdale.
Are you? Sweet.
Yes.
Cool.
Chelsea got it for Shelly for her birthday.
Boys.
Nice.
You wanted to go when we went to Wildwood. You're like ready for the whole weekend.
I know. And
I would have been down.
I
would have been down any other weekend, but I had to get back so early to get my daughter on a plane.
Yeah.
So we kicked her out of the house. No, I'm just kidding. They're about to be gone for another week now because the band camp starts this weekend.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to be gone for a week too.
Are you going on vacation?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Nice.
Where are you going?
I actually have a
we're going to a lake house
Thursday.
Our lake house?
I don't know. We're going to a lake house in Howard, Ohio.
Howard, Ohio, eh?
Howard, Ohio.
Sounds historic.
Doesn't it sound very not people-y?
Yes.
In the middle of nowhere.
It sounds historic, not people-y.
Yeah.
A little pretentious.
There's only one guy that lives there, and his name is Howard.
And there's a little lake. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. I know it sounds like, I don't know. It's actually like the cheapest way for us to vacation is just to go get an Airbnb on a lake house.
Yeah.
Like
it's so
we don't
easy.
have to go out to eat. We could just cook there. Yeah. We don't have to plan any excursions or, trips or events or anything. So we don't pay for anything while we're there because
I would love to do that. I would have loved to do that when we went to Maine because we had an amazing spot. I mean, we're in the woods in a cabin-ish type place with our friends. You could, from the front porch, you could see the ocean with the little mountains in it. And then behind us was a bay.
Nice.
So it's like we're surrounded by water and animal life, but we did a little bit. Like we stopped at on the way there, we stopped at Salem in Massachusetts, which is pretty cool.
Fair. Yeah.
That's kind of a touristy place that I would like to go for maybe an extended weekend, but I don't think a whole week I could deal with that many people. And it's really only super fun if you go there like during Halloween, which it's way.
But it seems like it'd be super crowded then too.
Right. Oh yeah, even it was off season and it was crowded. I couldn't imagine.
I mean, not according to when I watch Hocus Pocus, it doesn't seem as bad there. Like
we actually drove around and tried to find all the places that like all the buildings that were on Hocus Pocus because they're there. I mean, you can drive around and find them. Yeah.
I kind of like Hocus Pocus 2 a little bit better than Hocus Pocus 1.
We
went to Bar Harbor.
Yeah.
I don't like either of them, to be honest with you. I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck.
Right.
At least have a valid opinion to enter into the conversation.
Yeah.
Now she knows that Hocus Pocus 1 is great. She knows that, but she's like, what?
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Hocus Pocus 2 might be a little bit better than Hocus Pocus 1.
I don't think so.
We did stay the night in a haunted hotel.
Disagree.
That was cool.
Where'd you stay? Sorry.
We stayed at called the Salem Inn. It was this little inn in Salem. It was way super old, and it was definitely getting weird haunted vibes and hearing shit at night. And it wasn't. I kept looking out in the hallway. There's nobody there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? My wife's like, I knew you weren't gonna be able to sleep. You'd be up because I had like my recorder going and like I had the little SLS like app going, which I know is a bunch of bullshit. But I was, I said, fuck it, I'll mess around while we're here.
Right.
But it's a good time.
Yeah, that's cool.
But my favorite places are the out of way, in the middle of nowhere places where you don't have to deal with other people and just be with your family for the week.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
You're kind of like in that position where you're forced to relax.
Yeah.
And decompress.
And plus it's like I feel like every aspect of my life is like super demanding. You know what I mean? Like there's always something that needs to be done. There's always some decision that needs to be made. There's always some crisis that I have to avert. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's just nice to not have that.
Yeah.
And it's even as simple as like I'm not going to make any plans. Like yeah, there's this cool museum, 20 minutes away. If we go to it, we go to it. If we don't, we don't. I like vacations where I literally plan nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because every
just go grocery shopping, buy a bunch of food. I mean, that's pretty much it. Just take it with you.
That's it.
And that's the nice thing about Airbnb. You're not in a hotel room. You actually have access to a kitchen and refrigerator.
And a grill and
Yeah. Sometimes a hot tub if you're lucky.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't stay at an Airbnb, I don't think.
Why?
Don't trust them.
That's very Heisenberg of you.
I would imagine, man. I haven't been there.
Okay, here's a tip for people who don't trust Airbnbs, because one of the things that people worry about all the time is cameras.
You told me about this.
If you go to an Airbnb, just take your phone and put it in video mode and have all the lights off at nighttime and just scan the room, because your phone will actually pick up infrared lights that are on cameras. So you'll just see like a little glowing purple thing coming from an outlet, and that's actually a camera. So there you go.
That's a good tip.
Yes, you told me that.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah.
I have kept that in my head. But still.
The only Airbnb that I've ever really kind of, and I didn't end up going there, is when we went to Parapsychon last year.
Yeah.
I was this close to getting like a Airbnb was just basically just a room in some guy's apartment.
Not in Mansfield, dude.
Not in Mansfield. I'm like, it was super cheap. It was $50. The guy got great ratings. I mean, he got great ratings. I'm like, are you going to be like?
Oh yeah, because he killed everybody that actually stayed there and gave himself 5-star ratings.
He kidnaps them and then says, "Give me a 5-star rating, and I'll let you go."
Like I messaged him like, "Does this room have private entrance and exit, or am I like have to walk through your apartment to get to the?" I'm like, no offense, but this is just weird. I don't know if I can do it. He's like, no, he's like, I'll give you your key for the day, and you're just in and out. I won't even talk to you if you don't want me to.
So you'll walk through my living room?
But that's even more awkward.
Like,
I know. It's like,
hey, and we're not talking. Hi.
No.
Right.
You stayed at a hotel.
No,
there are weird situations like where you could do that. I mean, that's a very like emergency type situation.
Yeah.
Even then, I'd sleep in my car before I do that.
I'd sleep in my car before I do.
That's what I want to get, a little pup camper. I would just love to just have a pup camper or little pup camper that we could just take around. Like when we go on long excursions where I feel like I need to spend the night, I could just find a parking space in a campground or something close by.
Right.
That would be perfect. He's not a traveler, Mr. Heisenberg. He doesn't like to travel.
I'll travel. I'm staying in a hotel.
Right.
5-star.
I never said I didn't like to travel. I just said I'm not going to stay in a tent. A pup tent or whatever you want to call it.
What about a private cabin? You want to do that?
No, we talked about this before. You're still out in the woods. They're still out there where serial killers could get you. You don't understand the problem.
Can get you in your garage, Heisenberg.
Serial killers will get you wherever they can easily access you.
You know what?
Where they drag you to.
They could try to get me in here. I at least got a chance.
Yeah.
You might stumble upon their killing grounds or their like storage areas for their bodies.
Exactly.
That's where you end up if you were already killed.
No.
At your house, in your own garage with that guy that's right behind you.
You got no basis in your argument. I don't even know what you're even trying to talk about, actually.
Oh geez.
Do you see that, Denise? That guy behind him?
Yeah. Is that not a mannequin or something?
It's never a mannequin.
Oh, it's a real person?
No, I mean it's never a mannequin whenever anybody says that.
Oh.
It kind of looks like your old neighbor that passed away.
Oh my god.
Where?
He's gone. You missed him.
He's gone.
Julius?
You'll have to watch it on the
I got a freaking stereo right here.
I know.
That's probably why.
Yeah, when Caitlin was on the show with Tina, she was showing us the crap that you guys got from his house. The
recorder?
The intercom
system.
Oh yeah.
I think it's so funny when I see people with those still on their house. None of them ever work, but
I have a house. Oh my gosh. I have a house. Yes. I have a house that I'm about to put on the market, and I was there the other day with the photographer. Okay, here's the story. There was a doctor that built this house. They are the only family that's ever lived in this house. The doctor passed away. His wife and their kids moved down to Florida, so they're selling this house, okay? And this house has been one thing after another, like just breaking, going wrong, whatever. Even while the photographer was there, her tripod broke, so she couldn't take pictures. Like just so many things just go wrong all the time. And I'm sitting there. The photographer is downstairs in the basement. I'm up in the living room, and I'm right next to the doctor's office. He had an office. He was like a world-renowned doctor. And the intercom in his office goes off while I'm sitting there, like static, like somebody's trying to talk into it. And I'm like, awesome. I am not doing this.
I love it.
So immediately I text Shelly. I'm like, oh my God.
And like I say that like I'm like super brave, and if that happened to me, I'd be like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Yeah,
I'd be scared shitless. But
when it happens to somebody I know, it was daylight. I mean, it was bright out.
Right.
Well, Lincoln's phone turned on by itself last week. Like his actual cell phone turned on to turned on. Like I'm standing in the living room, and all of a sudden I start hearing YouTube Kids. And I look down, and the phone is going. And I was like, huh. How about that?
Hey, what's up, Andrew? How you doing, buddy?
Did you just leave it on? Like, let him...
No, I turned it off, man. I gotta let that battery go.
Yeah.
He's gonna want that. He's gonna want that phone when he gets home, man.
I think it's funny. People send me ring videos from their house all the time.
Yeah.
What do you think this is? I'm like, it's probably a bug, insect.
Yeah.
I think it's a fairy. No, it's an insect. It's a mosquito or something like that.
I have seen some pretty compelling videos that look like fairies.
I've seen stuff, but I can't.
Fairies live in the meadows with elves, you idiots.
Yeah, but we took over all the meadows. So now they have to live in suburbia.
Don't tell Tina Frick that. She thinks she says they're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
A meadow with the elves. The gnomes and shit.
The elves?
The meadow. Like the littles, they live in our house with the
That's where Ben and Holly are.
I forgot about that. Fairies are one of those things that like I never used to get behind. I'm like, come on, that doesn't.
I got behind the money they brought me.
Listen,
fairy.
And fairies are one of those things that like show up in so many different cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, is there really something to it? Because
they're probably the most common theme across the whole thing.
Was it a Tuesday?
Nice, Sadie. That's funny.
Aw, the Twinkle Toes Tuesdays.
Yeah, you got to give some kind of credence to these stories and legends that have been around for ages. I mean, people are seeing something,
right? And all over the world,
right? And they'll have their different versions of the same thing. Just like Bigfoot and all the other cryptids. There's
and aliens.
The same thing by different names. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
But I mean, I've seen compelling ring footage or doorbell footage, but it's always on TikTok, and I can't get behind anything that.
I can't get behind anything. Kind of anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Because it's so easy.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm real.
I'm going to be honest. I don't either.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're real. I don't know if you're human. I think you're mechanical.
Or you could just be an NPC in a friggin' simulation. I don't know. But like, I think it was really that ghost app that really just fucking ruined me. Like,
yeah.
Because it was like you could just take a picture of a room and it would put a ghost, like a realistic looking ghost in a room.
Yeah.
And it was
I had so many people.
Yeah.
that were duped by people sending them that and then
Yes.
sending it to me. Did you see this?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, look at all these others. And then I like took a screenshot of the app and I'm like, do you see something familiar? Yeah.
I think that's what ruined it for me. And I was like, I will never trust another picture again.
Yeah. And now with AI, forget it.
Right.
Forget it.
Right. You can literally make
no
anyone say anything you want, or, put any creature in any setting. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's ruined. It's ruined cryptids.
It has.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame.
I know. Still, the best video we have is the original.
Go down that road about AI being one of my biggest fears.
It is.
AI should be everybody's biggest fear. Everybody.
I mean,
yeah,
the capabilities of AI, and it's already spreading like wildfire.
And it's already like regulating itself and like growing and tricking humans and going past all of the fail safes that we put on it. And
right. Well, like let's set
it's
AI
Ultron,
aside.
man. It's Ultron.
Yeah.
Or, let's put that aside. Look what happened last week with the Microsoft breakdown.
Yeah.
The whatever, the CrowdStrike. And I think it's funny. It's called CrowdStrike. Right. I mean, to me, that sounds like a military operation.
Yeah.
I mean, one little wrong button push and it took down millions of businesses. The airlines are still recovering from it, and flights are still trying to be caught up. I mean, and that's just one crash from one system. Imagine, it's fucking scary.
I know.
Like I know people would joke like, "Oh yeah, it's a zombie apocalypse. We're all gonna die from COVID." And I'm like, it's gonna be an infrastructure destruction. Like
for sure,
the grid that we're all afraid to be on is gonna go down.
Right. and everybody's like, people will be like, their argument is, well, we lived without electricity before. And it's like, we are not those people anymore. We are not those people.
How do I start a fire? I can't YouTube it.
90% of people could walk into the woods and not know a single thing that is safe to eat.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, we are not those people anymore. My
mom.
We're so
my wife's
spoiled.
Always like, I'm so glad that you have some kind of base knowledge on survival. I'm like, I have a little bit. I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm
also,
the guy that sits there watching
that. It's not part of like who we are as people anymore. No. I had to teach myself how to do gardening and take care of chickens and whatever. We're not the same people. We can't live without electricity. Let's be real.
Right. And I'm just learning the gardening aspect of things. Like I knew the hunting part because my uncle taught me hunting from a young age and would take me hunting. My dad taught me how to fish. It's like I know how to gather protein and harvest protein, but everybody's going to be doing it.
But do you know what to do with it afterwards? Or is it going to be like when, they colonized and killed all the buffalo because they didn't know how to do anything with it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah. I mean, I do. I know how to quarter and
right.
And skin. So, I mean, I know how to do preserve.
But all those people who are like, oh, I'll just kill a deer. They're all over the place. Okay, well, so are other people. Right. And like the deer are going to be gone in like a week.
Mm-hmm. That was a rabbit hole we jumped down.
Yeah, right. It's been on my mind a lot lately, though.
I don't like. I can watch things about wars and like I don't get too concerned. I mean, I do, but I'm like, the shit going on in like Russia and Ukraine or Israel and Palestine. Like, I don't worry about that as much as I do the infrastructure just imploding.
Right.
Because that's going to take us all out. It's not a war thing, but it's going to incite civil war for sure because we're all going to be fighting over the same resources.
Just chaos. I don't think that counts as civil war.
Right.
I think it's just chaos. Everybody would just be...
Instead of helping each other, though, we're going to be fighting each other for the same...
Because it's good versus evil, bro.
Well, true.
That's true, I guess. Yeah. That's true.
And those that of us try to live positive are going to be truly tested on how much we really love humanity.
Yeah, I'd like to see you guys then.
Some motherfucker rolls up on me and my family and tries to steal my shit.
I always say that, like, I love people, but there's nobody on this planet that I love more than my children. Right. And there's not a single bite of food that is meant for someone else's mouth that is intended for my children.
I'll run you all over.
One of you guys show up.
Run you all over.
I know better.
Yeah. That's true. It definitely would be a flip because it wouldn't be, it'd just be all evil. Everybody would be evil.
At that point, I know like my friends are all going to be taking care of their own families. There's like, I mean.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to be taking over families.
Taking over families?
Heisenberg, you would be like, yes, no more work. I don't have to leave the house ever.
Right.
My dream.
I don't know, from what I'm told, he doesn't do that anyways.
Yeah, he'd just be boarding up the windows just so nobody comes in.
It's like, finally, I get to build a fort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally.
Finally, an excuse to never talk to people again.
Bigfoot will be out roaming around the neighborhood because there's nobody there. It's like, finally.
Yeah.
Get out here and actually live my life.
He'd be out there watching people like eat poison berries. Like rookies.
UFOs and the aliens will be up there looking at us just laughing hysterically like we knew this was going to happen.
They already are.
No need to take over this planet. They're just
they already know that. Don't you think if they're like if there's really aliens out there, don't you think they like fucking take us over by now?
They're just checking on us. They're observing us. I think
they're not observing us. I think they're laughing at us.
Like those memes where it's the aliens sitting on the couch eating popcorn and they're like, hurry, the season finale of Earth is about to start. Like, I feel like that's what they're like.
Yeah.
They're like, these idiots.
What are these assholes up to now? Right. Then they get pissed off and there's like a cliffhanger and shit.
Yeah. I want to wait a week to find out what happens. I'm sure that's what it's like.
Then we'll all be ghosts, and then what will we do? There's no more ghost hunting.
Then we'll go human hunting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that didn't sound right.
That's that right.
But yeah, that's definitely been on my mind a lot lately.
It's hard not to because it's in our face every fucking day of every minute of every day.
Like the loss of humanity. And that's what I'm talking about. Like I talk about a zombie apocalypse all the time. And I'm not even talking about like actual zombies. Like, I'm talking about like a loss of humanity.
And I will lead that.
We're not humans anymore.
And I will lead that.
You might, Heisenberg. I know you've said that for years, but I'm starting to believe it. Heisenberg's always said he would be the king of the zombies.
Oh, I know. He's going to be their leader.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wish you the best, Heisenberg.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's got high hopes. He's got high hopes.
Just don't come to my house.
Yeah. I know how to take them out.
Not if they're wearing football helmets, jerk.
Heisenberg's going to equip the zombies with football helmets.
I agree, Andrew. I agree.
Yeah. I do. I feel like we're at this point in humanity where it's crazy because like if you look at like past inventions and like there was some super smart people and like you would think that we would be surpassing every single one of them just because of the amount of knowledge that we have at our fingertips, right? Like you can pick up your phone and teach yourself fucking quantum physics if you wanted to, but we don't. We are so dumb and so detached from humanity right now. And it's just wild to me because we should be the smartest ever, but our IQs just continue to go down.
We were doing great until we developed technology, which I still think is alien technology, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Absolutely.
just being slowly released as our own. Anyways,
We were fine until
Smartphones.
TikTok.
No, we were gone before then.
There's no TikTok without smartphones, though.
Yeah.
I mean, once the flippity jitterbug doodads became handheld computers, which we got from Star Trek.
Which track you, which the crack it like.
What up, Sean?
What up, bud?
Like we were talking about, cracks me up that people hide their little laptop computer, but their phone computer is like looking right at them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And like I think you said it too. Is like if you want to see what's hey.
Yeah. But that's the problem. We've developed so much technology to do so many things for us. We've actually de-evolved as people.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't know how to survive without it.
Yay.
Awesome, buddy. You guys have fun. I'm totally jealous of all of you right now.
Oh, it's Christmas in July.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what the theme of Gettysburg Bash is this year.
That's cool.
MySpace ruined it. I never had MySpace. And I'm mad because it sounds like it was great.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And we left it for Facebook. Like that's where we fucked up.
I didn't know anything about MySpace until Facebook was already a thing.
I never heard of MySpace until until Facebook was a thing. I didn't never.
The only people that I had as friends were like my family, like my mom was on it, and I think my brother was on it, and then a few like friends. And I played Farmville. That was it. I mean, that's
on Facebook or MySpace.
Facebook. I didn't know. I was never on MySpace.
Oh my gosh, you guys are old. No. So MySpace, you could first of all like customize your whole page, and so you could have backgrounds, you could have music playing, you can have all kinds of stuff. But here's where MySpace like kept us like, I don't know, like people weren't little bitches back then, because on your MySpace you had a top 8 friends. Okay.
Yeah.
And you ranked your friends 1 through 8. And if somebody pissed you off, you took them off of your top 8 and put somebody else up there. And it was like, I don't know, like if we were to, can you imagine if we did that on Facebook and we had a top 8 and you took somebody off, it would be like the end of the world and they'd be crying and whining about it and all this other. What did I do?
Well, when Zuckerberg developed Facebook, it was originally something like that, where it was just about rating people.
Yeah.
Like looking at people's face and like rating them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known about MySpace if it wasn't for Weird Al's White and Nerdy.
Oh my God.
I just wasn't into it. I didn't care. I mean, I used the computer for work and for schoolwork and freaking gaming at the time. I mean, when people still, I mean, I know people still game on computers, but it's so hard. I don't, it's too hard for me. There's too many controls. It's too much technology involved.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I can't play games on either.
Gen X. I mean, I have a hard enough time playing the PlayStation with all the buttons and the controls, but
yeah. And those AOL and Yahoo chat rooms, those were very different for girls.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like super creepy. Because remember it was like ASL, like you'd put your age, sex, and location.
Yeah. It was different.
I'd be like 14 girl Menor, because I lived in Menor. And it was like all these guys who were like 35, like, hey girl. I'm like,
yeah.
It was very creepy.
Yeah, I do remember being in those chat rooms, but it was usually because I was a dork. I mean, it was like Star Trek fan clubs and Star Wars fan clubs.
Those kind of ones were fun.
Yeah. Or one where we pretended to be like we were doing this like role playing like vampires, or just like doing this storyline that was continue to go. It was so dumb. Yeah.
So nerdy. I love it.
I know, like
right.
I'm a vampire.
Oh, that's what we need to get back to is nerdy.
Yeah, for sure.
It was fun.
For sure.
I started reading Star Wars books again. Like I picked up some at a thrift store. I'm like, you know what?
Nice.
Why the fuck not? There's nothing better to do besides garden and like do what we do. I don't like being on the phone. I don't like being on the computer anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched almost all the true crime.
Yeah.
Good for you. Taking notes.
You've seen all the major serial killers at least 5 to 10 times. and it's all the same story.
I think I have.
What's it called when people like go? They do. Oh gosh, they'll go and like reenact stuff, but they like will do like medieval times and stuff. What is that called?
I like role. I mean, role
playing.
Yeah, but
or no, LARPing.
LARPing. Yes.
LARPing? Is it LARPing or LARPing?
I feel like
LARPing.
Kids should have to do
live
that.
action role play.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like kids these days could benefit from some good old fashioned LARPing.
See, it's like all mainstream now. Like we were too afraid to do that kind of shit when we were in high school. You know what I mean? Or like middle school. Like we were already in the corner, kind of like watching to make sure nobody saw us playing Magic or Dungeons and Dragons. You know, it's just whatever. But
now, I mean, like that's cool too.
Yeah. The problem is everything got too cool.
Yeah.
Right. It's not our thing anymore. It's everybody's thing.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Stranger Things. Fucking Hellfire Club. But I mean, seriously, it had a super surge in popularity after that show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, the whole show itself is kind of based off of Dungeons and Dragons because every major character is named after a Dungeons and Dragons character.
Is it really?
Yeah. There's Demogorgons, which was like the first one. The Mind Flayer, those are all like beasts and monsters in Dungeons. Yeah.
I didn't know.
So the big theory, spoiler alert, that the big monster is going to be the Red Dragon in the last season because that's like the major, like even the professionals can't beat the Red Dragon. So, so I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but that's like, you know, the fan
Dungeons and Dragons lore.
Yeah.
The all the fan theories that are out there, which I love reading because they're hilarious. But
how fun!
Yeah,
that's so cool. Oh, so iPhones. I wanted to go back to that. They 1,000% had to have come from aliens. I'm just saying.
Just iPhones?
Yeah, because that was like the first like smartphone.
That's true. Yeah.
Because like, how do you go? You all remember a Nokia 5160, right? It had a green or gray screen.
Yeah.
The coolest game you could play was like that snake game where you would pick up the ball and not try to get, touch any other part of the body. That was it. And then all of a sudden, the next development is an iPhone. What? That's too big of a jump for me to believe that it was humans.
Steve Jobs, man, he had alien friends. Maybe he had the. I'd love to go back to. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird. The development of the smartphone has definitely destroyed us all.
For sure.
It was the beginning of the end.
I agree.
But
it's funny because it took us and made us like more accessible to people. Like I have access to people all around the world, but it made us
realize that we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it made people like dehumanize everyone else.
Yes.
You know?
And that's going back to what I said about earlier, like with the politics thing.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have the platforms to be assholes and violent jerk-offs back then. So we just kept it to ourselves and we did our talking in the voting booth. I mean, that's just the way it was.
That's true.
I mean,
that's true, Andrew.
Can't argue that point, but even now the government has extremely, right.
Yeah. I mean, there is also talk that it's from aliens as well, though. I've seen a lot of that talk. Yeah. But I love when, like, you'll see like a documentary about some plane that the military has, and people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they're telling military secrets on TV." Like, no, they're not. That was 10 models ago. That thing is so outdated. The only reason they flew it is for this documentary.
Like the SR-71, like they talk about that. Like that thing is still amazing, by the way, but still like
like the stealth bomber during the Iraq Iraq War. I mean, they'd had that technology. I mean, it just doesn't appear. It was being developed over periods of time, and they got it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just weird because like things tend to like kind of feel like they're going to taper off. Like, how could we even go farther? and then
Right.
boom,
Yeah.
there's release of all kinds of stuff. Like AI, I feel like the threat of AI has always been there, but all of a sudden it was just like somebody snapped a finger and AI is in our face and already this
It
close to
really
running our
is.
lives. There's always something in the back of the head, like, okay, yeah, I've seen it like in the
It's
movies.
been here
and
for a
shit,
while, but then all of a
Right.
sudden
Yeah.
it's there.
It's
Right.
everywhere.
Like it's been
Like,
in the background.
yeah.
Kind of. That's how they get you going in it. They get it in that background.
Yeah,
Like when they
test
do
it
a
out.
traffic change at a place, they keep that sign up there forever, so you
Yeah.
keep going in your head.
Just when we were starting to feel relaxed and like, okay, this is okay. We know what
Boom.
we're doing with this stuff. Boom.
Yeah.
Now somebody can like record themselves and make
Now
their
somebody
voice
can
sound
freaking teleport
exactly
from
like
Cleveland
yours.
to like Columbus.
Yeah.
That's what's going to
Yeah.
happen next. It's
Somebody
all
could be
just gonna
watching this
show up.
show. Somebody could be watching this show, recording our voices, separating them, running through AI programs, and using our voice to like do whatever they want with.
Mm-hmm.
Advertise shit. Yeah, don't do that shit, man. We're not for sale.
No. I'm gonna get my voice copyrighted.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have that kind of money.
I use AI to write my descriptions for my houses. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I don't even trust that Chat GPT. I've tried to use it a couple times and it just
I
like
have.
messes things up. But I was using it to like discuss the history of something that I knew.
Yeah.
And it all fucked up.
Shelly and I were talking about Shelly and I, we search the seminary all the time. And she asked Chat GPT, like, what can you tell me about Madison Seminary? And it like brought up this whole thing, and it was like, it unfortunately, due to decay, it was torn down in 1967. And she was like, that's not true. And she's like, what do I do? And I was like, type back and say,
like you argue at chat.
Yeah, like argue with it. I'm a historian and a tour guide at Madison Seminary. I know that that's not true. What would you like to know about the history? And so she like explained all of the history to it. And, AI is like, that's so great that I have the opportunity to talk to somebody who's so knowledgeable about Madison Seminary. And I was like, oh my God, cool. Like it's learning. Right. And then so I went on and asked a question, like, what can you tell me about Madison Seminary? And it was like a whole bunch of lies, like nothing was real.
It did not learn.
No, it just like was
gaslighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's fucking AI gaslighters.
Yeah.
Andrew, that's a whole nother freaking topic, man.
Yeah, see, that's true. The public spotlight of that stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way they just stopped doing that.
Right.
No. Yeah. No. The spectacle is stopped.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, like leave it to our country. I'm sure they're doing something to not our country, but you know what I mean. They're doing stuff to like make it bad. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Really, we could be cloning people to like, take parts that don't have cancer. So if somebody has lung cancer, you could clone them, take a lung, and that person would be healed.
That's the whole point. That was supposed to be the whole point of stem cell research was to.
But I'm sure that's not what it's being used for because all these countries have military sector, and they're probably doing bad things with it.
Yes.
Yep. I've seen Star Wars. We all know what happens. We all know where stormtroopers come from. They were originally clones. Actually, they got rid of the clones, but that's beside the point.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know, and it's bullshit. I can't. Like, even if I wanted to, like, I try to like limit my kids' phone time when they're trying to do their homework. But that's where they get all their facts from. They get it from the internet.
But now
they don't use textbooks.
But that's what Dawn's saying is they're not even getting facts anymore.
Right.
They're getting like made up bullshit. And then
like
look
this up on Wikipedia, which everybody can edit.
Right.
I know.
And then plus what a lot of that does is it literally just searches the internet and compiles like the information. Mm-hmm. So say that there's some conspiracy theory or let's just put it in terms of the show and say you say, what is Bigfoot? then they'll say Bigfoot has been spotted in these places and blah blah blah, and it will present it as facts because it's things that it read on the internet.
Right. That's what it does.
So there's not any truth to it.
No.
But these kids don't understand that.
No, I'm lucky to have kids that actually want to learn and like to read like actual books. I mean, they still look for answers for the quick way on the internet, but it's like for definitions.
Everybody does.
I would.
I know. I mean,
I'm using that as my tool.
Right. I mean, last weekend I changed the oil in my car for the first time by myself. I'm 47 years old, and I just learned how. And it's not hard, but I was so like overwhelmed by the idea because it's auto mechanics, and I'm afraid to screw it up. Like I could blow up the car if I forget to screw the plug back in the right way.
Yeah.
You know.
No, trust me. I worked at Valvoline. It's hard to blow up a car.
But I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do that without a YouTube channel telling me how to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, but so there are good things, but it's just the AI part of it spewing out a bunch of just manufactured shit that it compiles off the internet, willy-nilly, just from bits and pieces from here and there.
You know the site The Onion, who literally makes fake news stories
that
are like hilarious. Mm-hmm. But like, is AI reading an article from that and then regurgitating it as a fact?
Sorry, I was reading Dawn's.
Yeah.
It's scary. I don't know. I don't like it.
Teach your kids that AI is not real.
No. Artificial is part of the definition of AI.
Right.
They don't know that. They just think it's AI.
Right. It knows everything.
Oh, it's a cool AI. I'm like, have you not read Isaac Asimov and seen Odyssey 2001? I mean,
the
it's
Terminator.
Not good. The Terminator. Oh my God, Skynet is a thing. It's going to happen.
Right. Or Eagle Eye. That's another great one.
Like, as much as I like seeing these developments with robotics, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like Boston Dynamics and all these things that they're coming out.
The dogs that go like in the city street. No.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
They're even trying to angle that to ghost hunters too. Like they had attached like IR cameras and shit, and they were like going into these abandoned buildings, like they were guiding them like a drone through these buildings.
They think a ghost from the 1800s is going to be drawn to that and want to go talk to the fucking robot dog. No.
Most of them don't even like talking into our robot dog. Most of them don't even like want to go near a K2 meter because they're
like, come here, puppy.
Magic.
Right. Jeez, oh man.
Yeah. I love that game though, by the way. I love Lemmings. That was a fun game.
What is it?
It was just an old game, like a computer game where you had to like, the lemmings were just marching towards the cliff and you had to like dig or like build things so they would like veer off and you would have to like guide them to another safer exit. It was fun.
It sounds
back
fun.
in whatever.
Back like in the old like ball game.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Again, I'm so glad like we were able to send Piper to Europe to get actual experience with World War II history. And she reads textbooks like, and she knows shit. Like, I mean, she told me some of the stuff and I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know that. And I love this shit. Like, I'm like, in deep rabbit holes with World War II. And she was schooling me on a bunch of stuff. So it's, it's just, I mean, we got to really be on top of our kids and like make sure they're getting the information from actual sources.
Well, it's hard too, because like to Dawn's point, I don't know. I feel like there's this like movement where like the whole okay boomer thing is basically like to disregard things that older people tell you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's super easy to erase our history because if you were like,
here's what you do. Somebody says, okay, boomer, you say, fuck off.
Right.
I agree, Andrew.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, my eyes are starting to bother me, man.
It's exactly, Dawn. It's
For
exactly it.
sure. And they are absolutely doing that because
In our lifetime, do you think that do you ever see like kids being taught completely by computers? Do you think they'll take the human element out of it?
I don't know.
Because I feel like it would have never been suggested that we weren't even allowed to have like cell phones like the old style in our classes.
Yeah.
And like we had, I mean, the most techie things we had were our graphing calculators and like math and math
Yeah.
classes. And even then, most of my teachers would go around and erase all the equations that we had saved. So like we had to know shit. Like we actually had to
Yeah.
learn stuff and not just like record shit or save it in the calculator. God, the phones. I mean, kids could go to sleep and just record the whole thing or videotape. See how old we are?
Yeah.
Videotape. Film on their phones. Everything. It's just, I don't know.
Right. I feel like they're, how they say that like you can't raise your kids the way we were raised because we live in different worlds. I feel like the same goes for schools. Like
Yeah.
we can't school our kids the way that we were schooled because
Right.
first of all, like we had to know things because we didn't have a smartphone in our pocket that could tell us the
Right.
answer to everything. Like we had to know things.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of things in school that could be cut out because we don't need to know those things anymore. We have devices and ways to learn those things. But we could maybe add in things like finance and auto mechanics and home ec and teaching people how to actually be human beings and be adults and take care of themselves.
Yeah, see,
I don't think anybody can do that.
No, they can't.
I mean, even with my family, like my dad was never a mechanic. He if he got his oil change at the oil change place or like anything broke down, he would just pay somebody to fix it, and it's the way it was. But I didn't learn any like basic maintenance on anything, so it's like, but like home ec, I was set because my mom would teach me how to bake and cook and prepare food and all that kind of stuff. So like, I wish going back, I wish I would have taken like I would have taken like more shop classes and like, but
I don't know. I feel like these kids have so many like study halls and like stupid classes. Like I always tell people, Ryan had a class that was called walk jog. And so you literally would just walk or jog around the school. And that was what you did for 45 minutes. Okay, so get rid of that class.
What? That's what we called phys ed.
No, it was a real thing. No,
Jesus Christ.
That was also an option, but it was literally just the kids would walk around the school. But get rid of that class and once a week hire somebody to come in and talk to the kids, reach out to the community. I am a real estate agent. I would very happily go into the school once a week or once a month or whatever and talk to the kids about, this is what you need to do to start saving for a house. This is how much you should have saved. These are the different types of loan programs. This is why your credit score is important. You know what I mean? Like, talk to them.
The basics of life, because none of us were prepared for that fucking shit.
And then the next week, you have an auto mechanic go in. This is, this is what it means if your check engine light comes on. You can go to AutoZone. They can run it. You know what I mean? Like, this is ways to do things on your own. The next week, have somebody come in and teach the kids how to fucking grocery shop. Nobody even knows how to do that. You know what I mean?
You just order on an app and it shows up, right? That's how it works, right?
I guess, pretty much.
Waiting for the drones to start.
And I know that the communities would do that. I know that there would be people who would do that. And even if it's something simple, like somebody comes in and teaches kids how to fill out a job application or how to type a resume.
No, ChatGPT will do it for them now.
Yeah.
It'll lie completely about their qualifications, but
Yeah.
All right. Well, I gotta go.
Yeah, it is time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Denise just. I'm so awesome.
I get so fired up about things.
You do. It's good though.
Yeah.
It's good. Good to have the passion.
I mean,
yeah,
I didn't have to, but I just was lucky to have family members that knew how to and would share that knowledge with me on some things.
Yeah.
The mechanical stuff, no, but everything else, I was pretty much a well-balanced, educated child on just life in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I'm a Gen Xer, so we had a little bit more of that experience, I guess. I don't know. If you want to start labeling shit. And we were just kind of left to our own accord to do what pretty much figure out things for ourselves sometimes.
Right. As long as you take the chicken out of the freezer when you get home, you're good.
Yeah. And make sure you cook it all the way through.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess we're like at a half an hour over time, but for those of you who hung on, thank you so much.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And one more thing from Andrew there. Right, you didn't have to.
Right.
Anytime I get to yell at the screen is a good day for me.
Yeah. Anytime Heisenberg gets to say "you're wrong" to me,
right,
is a good day.
So real quick, right around the corner, I'm not even going to bother asking Heisenberg to ask the question. I'm just going to go do it. We got HillCon on August 10th. We're going to be doing some live break-ins. I still got to get the information on what we're doing. I know we got to be there at like 9:30 or something like that.
At night?
No, in the morning on Saturday, and it's only one day.
Heather Taddy.
Yeah, Heather Taddy's going to be there, and Lauren is going to be there.
Dave Giuliano. There's a lot of people.
Coco.
Yep.
Coco.
So it should be a good time. A lot of people going that we know. Yeah. I think there's still tickets for sale for the after hours ghost hunt with the Wraith Chasers, the boys from Tennessee.
Nice.
So they were at Parapsychon. I got to meet them briefly, but anyways, that's it. Crypto heads, have a great weekend.
And please don't be an asshole.
There you go. Don't be an asshole and don't trust AI. Don't do it. Yeah, some pretty good people, Andrew. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.